Y'all remember 2023 Investor Day? Colin Campbell walks up and just drops it.
We have designed our next drive unit, which uses a permanent magnet motor to not use any rare earth materials at all.
0 rare earths. The whole room went quiet. I've watched Detroit and Wall Street choke on 30 years of empty promises. Look at Rivian sweating over the exact opposite problem, crying out,
and for us, we're both focusing on finding other sources of rare earth metals, so this is primarily for magnets, as well as developing solutions that require less rare earth metals.
Finding sources? That ain't solved. And it gets even more raw. Like Ramaco's CEO straight up confessed.
So we've been working sort of hand in glove with them. We are having discussions with various levels of the government and the administration. We'll see what happens. We're certainly in line.
Yeah, while the rest of the industry begs Washington for help, Tesla quietly buried a secret inside their rotor. But what is the truly brutal secret that changes the entire EV market? Let's explore today. 1. What does this motor actually change for you? Let's start with the scene nobody puts in the Tesla commercial. Your drive unit hiccups right outside warranty, and the service advisor comes back with a number that makes you want to sit down. A repair bill that can run 3, 4, sometimes 5 grand depending on what broke. And that's not even the part that stings the most.
Wait, there's a worse part?
Oh, way worse. Because that magnet inside your motor, a big chunk of the processing for it comes from basically one country. China controls somewhere around 90 of the world's rare earth magnet supply. So when your service center tells you we're waiting on the part, what they're really saying is we're waiting on a boat.
That's like ordering a birthday cake and finding out the frosting's stuck at customs.
Pretty much. Owners have talked about waits stretching 2-3 weeks, sometimes closer to a month, just sitting there while their car depreciates in some lot like a forgotten Craigslist listing.
Wow, that's a flip. If Tesla actually builds this motor start to finish on American soil, no overseas magnet, no waiting on customs. That changes something for you whether you already own one of these or you're still cross-shopping. Repairs will stop being a month-long ordeal and start looking like a long weekend. For about 3 to 5 days. Parts are already here, already made here. Nobody's hostage to a shipping container.
But here's the one that really gets me, and I don't think folks connect this dot enough. The resale value. Even a 1-year-old EV was losing about 18% of its value annually. Nobody wants to inherit a ticking time bomb, right? Nobody wants a $4,000 repair bill or a car sitting at a service center for a month waiting on foreign parts. A rare earth-free motor fixes that instantly. That's the exact difference between your Tesla holding its solid equity at trade-in and it sitting on a used lot for 6 months straight with the price slashed every single Friday.
All right, but somebody may think that if it's that easy, why hasn't Tesla done it yet? I can feel it. Are you thinking the same as me? Drop yes if so.
And that's a fair gut check. I'm not here selling you a 3-year-old promise like it's a done deal. What I will tell you is this. The reason it's taking this long is actually the wildest part of the whole story. Because Tesla didn't just say, we're ditching rare earths for a feel-good headline. They put a real number on what this does to the price tag of your next car. And when you hear that number, I mean it, you're going to want to screenshot it and send it to your buddy who's still driving a gas truck talking trash about EVs. That number's coming in the next few minutes. Stick with me.
And real quick before we go on, if you actually want to know what's happening under the hood before the rest of Wall Street wakes up, subscribe to us on Autogearshift. We sit on stories like this for months until they're actually real, and you don't want to be catching up later at a barbecue when your buddy already knows the whole thing.
2. What secret is Tesla actually hiding inside that motor? Here's the problem every engineer in this space ran into back in 2023. The ferrite Tesla's using instead of rare earths is basically the same cheap magnet holding your kid's fridge art. Dirt cheap, but lightweight. Proterial simulations show that to match a regular motor's pulling power, a ferrite motor ends up 30% heavier.
What? That's swapping your gym bag for a whole suitcase and still calling it the same workout.
That's the wall Tesla had to punch through. And here's what gets me. They've never told the public the exact recipe of what's mixed into that ferrite.
Well, let me see. Not the ratios, not the additives, none of it. That's not an oversight. That's a vault door. I mean, Tesla's guarding that formula the way Coca-Cola guards the syrup recipe, and honestly, you don't lock something down that tight unless it's actually worth stealing. So secret number 1 is basically, we don't know. And that silence is the tell.
Exactly. Secret number 2, though, this one we can actually see. Look inside the rotor of this motor, and instead of one solid slab of magnet doing all the heavy lifting, engineers working this exact problem have been carving these thin curved slots, shaped like little V's, layered around the core, weaving magnet material and empty air pockets together. And that empty space isn't wasted room. It's doing a job. It bends the magnetic field and squeezes more pulling power out of a weak magnet than you'd ever guess just looking at the spec sheet.
So it's cheating physics without actually cheating.
Best way I've heard it put. It's a lightweight boxer using footwork instead of muscle to beat a guy twice his size. You're not outpowering the problem, you're outthinking it. But even the smartest geometry runs hot after an hour of highway speed, and heat is the one thing that kills a weak magnet dead. That same outsmart it instead of outmuscle it trick is exactly why Tesla thinks they can hit that price number I promised you back in part 1. We'll get there, I promise. But even the smartest geometry runs hot after an hour of highway speed, and heat is the one thing that kills a weak magnet dead?
I think the V-slots is not enough.
Right. There's an actual patent filed by Colin Campbell, the same guy who stood on that Investor Day stage, describing how Tesla physically builds their inverter. Instead of soldering the power transistors onto the cooling plate, which cracks under years of heat stress, they're bonding them on using a sintering process.
Break that down for me like I'm ordering at a drive-thru.
Yeah, it's soldering, like gluing two puzzle pieces holds fine till it heats up, then the glue turns brittle and cracks. Sintering's more like pressing those pieces under heat and pressure till they basically fuse into one solid chunk. No seam, nothing to crack. That's how Tesla already got their Model 3 inverter down under 5 kilograms, less than half the weight of a Nissan Leaf's, while converting battery power into motion at almost 97% efficiency.
Hold up. So this part isn't even new? They already built this?
That's the chill down your spine part, Mike. This ain't some company starting from zero on a moonshot. This is a company that already built the toughest, most efficient inverter on the market, and now they're pointing that exact same engineering muscle at the last weak link, the magnet. Weak metal, smart geometry. Bulletproof electronics keeping the whole thing cool. 3 separate fixes, all pointing the same direction.
So why does this actually flip the whole EV market?
Let's look at Legacy Auto. Every single one of them is handcuffed to a supply chain where China controls 90% of the rare earth magnets. They're stuck paying whatever ransom is demanded just to keep their assembly lines breathing. When Tesla drops a high-performance motor built out of literal dirt-cheap iron ferrite, they don't just win a cost advantage. They instantly nuke the entire competitive moat of Legacy Auto. Every dollar GM, Ford, or Volkswagen poured into locking down rare earth contracts just became a multi-billion-dollar anchor dragging them to the bottom. Tesla isn't just building a car anymore. They just destroyed the geopolitical leverage holding the entire global automotive industry hostage, forcing every traditional CEO to either pay homage to Tesla's architecture or get priced out of existence.
So if the pieces are really this far along, why hasn't a single Tesla rolled off the line with this motor sitting in it yet?
I will show you in the final minutes now, and as I promised, the number for your EV price tag. Are you still there? Make a comment to let me know. 3. When does this actually hit your driveway? Here's the twist that actually makes this more believable, not less. Early last year, Musk himself admitted on an earnings call that Optimus, Tesla's robot program, got hit hard by China's rare earth export restrictions.
Hey, the guy who built his whole career on "we don't wait for permission," had to publicly say he was hoping for an export license. That's not spin. That's a company showing you exactly how much leverage they're still handing somebody else. Every single day, this stays unsolved. So it's not just your car on the line here. It's the robots too.
It's everything with a motor in it, which is why I don't think this drags out much longer. My read, based only on what's public, is that Tesla tied this motor to its next-generation low-cost platform, while reporting this spring pointed to cheaper, smaller vehicle projects being revived at Giga Texas and Shanghai. And with Vitesco targeting a rare earth-free motor around 2026 and Renault aiming for volume in 2027 to 2028, Tesla's history of showing up late to the Model 3 announcement but early to mass production makes me think we're looking at late 2027 into 2028 before this motor actually reaches a Tesla you can buy. And remember that number I told you was coming back in part 1? Here it is. Tesla's own target was cutting that drive unit down to around $1,000 to build, $1,000 for the whole motor. That unlocks an absolute game changer. You could even buy a sub-$20,000 next-gen vehicle or get long-range specs for the price of a used economy car. That's Tesla stripping legacy auto of every excuse to keep charging over 40 grand for an EV.
Oh, that's promising. So now, let's drop your own guess in the comments right now. Sooner than 2027, or do you think Tesla's still dragging this thing out past 2028? I've already got money on this with David.
You made me feel excited about my bet. All right, next time you're behind a Tesla, remember, you're looking at a rolling middle finger to Beijing, built out of fridge magnets. If supply chains break tomorrow, legacy auto dies. Tesla just keeps rolling. Would you trust fridge magnets to carry your family at 75 miles an hour? Drop your hot take below, keep up with AutoGearshift, and see you later.